The story starts in London's Windsor Castle, where we see the Queen's royal garden. For some time, moles have been causing trouble there, and the royal gardener is determined to catch them. To achieve this, he has dug holes all over the garden. The gardener also has a pet dog named Buttercup, trained specifically to catch moles. One day a truck arrives, carrying several machines designed to capture moles. The gardener declares that it's time to activate his plan. Meanwhile, underground lies a network of tunnels leading to Mole Town. At the heart of the town is a magical book trapped in a crystal, guarded day and night. One day the book mysteriously comes back to life. In this town lives Molly, an ambitious and intelligent mole. Though her parents consider him useless and incapable, Molly works at a cafe and has a crush on Mona Lisa, who owns a boutique across the street. His friends always encourages him, but he hasn't mustered the courage to propose to Mona Lisa, as he gets nervous around her. Mona Lisa understands his feelings, but wants him to confess first. That evening he sees Mona Lisa heading home, when Mystic, the town leader, approaches Molly. To help him impress her, Mystic suggests gifting her a special rose that grows only in the Queen's garden. Molly is initially hesitant, as the gardener is constantly on the lookout for moles. However, Mystic convinces him to seize this opportunity. Molly reluctantly agrees and sneaks into the garden, where he finds a single rose that is withered due to the cold. He then notices a cabin with a healthy rose inside. When he tries to retrieve it, the gardener and his dog spot him. Back in Mole Town, the moles gather to witness the magical book choose its new keeper. Mona Lisa and Molly's parents are also present, wondering why Molly would miss such an important event. There, Mystic, along with leaders from other mole towns, addresses the crowd and announces this as a momentous day. Moles from across the region showcase their skills in hopes of being chosen by the magical book. Meanwhile, Molly is inside the cabin, delighted to have found the rose. He begins to imagine how he'll impress Mona Lisa and win her heart. However, as he tries to escape with the rose, the gardener and his dog chase him. He finds himself cornered, but somehow manages to escape out of cabin and sneaks into a shed. Inside, he discovers various pest control machines and a blackboard outlining the gardener's master plan to eliminate the moles. Realizing the danger, he becomes desperate to warn his fellow moles. However, the gardener finds him, and he narrowly escapes. While fleeing, he encounters Buttercup, the gardener's dog, injured with a thorn in its paw. Out of compassion, Molly helps the dog, forming an unlikely friendship. Soon after, the gardener appears and almost catches Molly, but he manages to escape again. In Mole Town, the auditions for the magical book's keeper continue. However, none seem to impress the book. Mystic begins to doubt if anyone is worthy. At that moment, Molly, still fleeing, accidentally slips into Mole Town and falls into a pit, clinging to a pillar. Mystic and the others rush to help, but before they can reach him, the pillar collapses, and Molly falls. Then we see the magical book emerge from its crystal prison and begin flying around the audience, creating excitement and awe. Molly soon makes his way back, but her parents think he has caused another mess. Just then, the magical book hovers near Molly, and Mystic realizes that the book has chosen him as its new keeper. He announces this to the crowd, and the moles cheer in delight. Molly's parents, who had always doubted him, finally feel proud. However, Molly has more pressing concerns in his mind. He reveals to the council the gardener's sinister plan to flood Mole Town. Sharing that he has seen the evidence with his own eyes, the council is terrified, but Mystic reassures them, saying the magical book must have chosen Molly for a reason, and that he will lead them out of this crisis. Uncertain of what to do, the book teleports Molly back to his room, where he names the book Manny and asks it for guidance. In response, the book starts flipping its pages. Just then, Molly's mom enters and informs him that the Queen has invited him to a royal party at Windsor Castle. Molly is initially shocked, but soon realizes that this must be Manny's doing. Manny uses its magic to change Molly's clothes, preparing him for the event. To Molly's surprise, they arrive at Mona Lisa's boutique, where Manny conjures a beautiful dress for Mona Lisa and invites her to the party. She gladly agrees, and together they head to the castle. They manage to bypass the castle's tight security using Manny's magic. Inside, Molly and Mona Lisa are awestruck by the grandeur of the Queen's residence. Meanwhile, the gardener spots them and is furious to see the moles in the castle. He vows to capture them to win the Queen's favor and secure a promotion. While Molly and Mona Lisa enjoy the party, the Queen notices them and decides to summon the gardener to deal with the situation. Realizing his mission, Molly remembers he must stop the gardener's plans. The problem is that Molly doesn't know how to communicate with the Queen, as he cannot speak the human language. But Manny flips its pages again, and suddenly, all the guests at the party including the queen, transform into moles. Chaos ensues as everyone panics over their new appearance. The gardener arrives with a hammer, determined to capture the moles. In the commotion, Manny gets stuck between a door and a wall. The gardener starts attacking, and the queen instructs everyone to climb the Christmas tree for safety. At one point, the gardener nearly harms Mona Lisa, but Molly bravely saves her, and together they reach the tree. Then the gardener activates a powerful vacuum machine to gather all the moles, but Molly devises a plan to distract him while ensuring the others escape. However, the machine's force proves overwhelming, and Molly himself is pulled toward it. Just as all hope seems lost, the queen arrives with her dogs. The dogs scare the gardener, knocking him down and saving the day. The queen praises Molly's courage, and Mona Lisa acknowledges that his bravery has saved them all. Molly tells the queen about the gardener's plan to destroy Mole Town, and she assures him that she will prevent it. She wishes to knight Molly for his heroic efforts, but the gardener, using a remote, threatens to activate his machines. Just then Molly calls out to Manny, who reverses the magic, and the guests return to their human forms. But the gardener is transformed into a mole, much to everyone's amusement. The mole flees in terror when the dogs chase it away. Finally, the queen bestows the honor of knighthood upon Molly, declaring him Master Molly. The entire crowd celebrates, and Molly walks away with Mona Lisa by his side. In the final scene, we see Molly and Mona Lisa confess their love for each other, marking the beginning of their happily ever after. And with this, the story comes to an end.